So, from reading, researching you, I understand you were in Los Angeles until mid 30s. Is it true that it was your ex-wife that kind of turned you on to pursuing songwriting more seriously?
Yeah, man, I would say my first Mulligan wife, she was an actress, and again, all of my friends were in the entertainment world, but she was one of the first people that said, you're really good at this. I don't know why you're not trying to do it for a living. And again, going back to childhood, uh, nobody ever told me you could do it for a living. I'm sort of like, Stapleton and I have written a ton of songs, and he used to say in the interviews he's done, he would say, "Man, I didn't even know this was a job."
Yeah.
And that's kind of me. Like, I didn't know it was a job. What little I did know about it, that my parents would sort of repeat from what they'd seen on the news, was George Jones getting drunk, driving a lawnmower down the interstate and stuff like that. So, it just wasn't something that my family or anybody went, "Oh, wow, you could do this." And again, I never expressed to them, it's not their fault. I never said, like, "Oh, this is what I want to do." But back to your question, my first wife was the first person that said, "Yeah, you're good at this." So I put a band together, having never been on stage with a band, um, and uh, and man, we were a cover band, and we were playing. I remember the very first song I ever played with the band was "Liza Jane" by Vince Gill,
Wow.
and man, right before I went on, I was like, I could feel my throat tightening up and it was dry. I thought, oh gosh, I can't sing. And the lead guitar guy said, "Man, it's just stage fright." I mean, I'm 35 years old, never been on a stage like that. Of course, he said, "Just drink a shot of whiskey and go do it," which I did. And it went great. But that was kind of the moment when I said, it gets its hooks in you.
Hmm.
And, at that point, when I finished that show that night, I thought, well, this is it. So I might as well just hunker down for the ride. Not that I haven't had moments in my 20, 30-year career where I go, man, I think I might just do something else. Ultimately, Charlie Monk, who was a Music Row executive for 40, 50 years, Charlie used to say, whether you do this for a living or whether you just do it to satisfy your own need, you're still going to do it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I figured, hey, I might as well just keep doing it.
So, like prior to the first band and your first Mulligan wife, kind of pushing you towards this, kind of what were you doing? Were you writing lyrics? Were you learning guitar? Like, how did all that take shape?
Yeah. Um, Prior to that, probably a couple years prior to that, I was still working in the pharmaceutical world, and I bought a guitar, like just a piece of junk at I want to say at a yard sale or something in the Valley in LA, and I taught myself to play. And again, if I'm being super honest, I would listen once I realized that what I wanted to write was small town stuff. I would listen to, I remember the first Radney Foster record, and I went,
Hmm.
oh, that's it. That's what I want to do. Or even a John Mellencamp album, small town stuff. And so, yeah, man, I got a guitar. Um, I learned how to play, and then I would just. It was very difficult for me because I had such a late start to put music to the words I'd written because I could write lyrics. I felt like all day long, but eventually I would listen to Radney Foster. I would listen to early Garth records, and I would just think, man, that's so good. And I would learn from all of that stuff. And then I went to NSAI meetings in LA and met some people there. And next thing you know, you're co-writing, and you just learn the process. Now, I always say the same thing. You know, if you don't have an innate talent, um, you could work at this until the cows come home.
Yeah.
It's just like playing major league sports. I mean, I could practice when I was in my 20s. I could have practiced forever. I could dunk a volleyball at 5'11", That didn't matter. I got to a D1 college and went,
Yeah.
these guys are out of my league. So I know so many people that are songwriters. Some are friends of mine, and they never had that inherent ability, and they got better. But man, this is the major leagues, as you know. Like down here, you got to bring it, and you're competing against guys that are the best of the best.
Yeah. I love that.